Where Americans get scammed. Turquoise waters, bustling markets, ancient ruins. Sounds like paradise, right? But every paradise has its serpents. And today, we're venturing into the underbelly of international scams, uncovering the 7 countries where unsuspecting Americans are most likely to be taken for a ride. But before we dive into those shady corners of the globe, let's get personal. Just last week, my dear old grandma, bless her heart, received a call from a Jamaican prince. Yes, you heard right, a prince. He promised her a fortune, if only she'd wire him a small processing fee. Luckily, my scam-savvy grandpa intervened. But not everyone is so fortunate. So, buckle up, folks. It's time to expose the international con artists who prey on our trust and hard-earned cash. Scammer haven number 1, Nigeria. Imagine this, a land bursting with vibrant culture, a place of ancient traditions and modern aspirations. Nigeria, a nation rich in history and natural beauty. But lurking beneath this vibrant facade is a digital underworld, a place where fortunes are lost and trust is shattered. Welcome to the epicenter of the infamous 419 scams, named after the Nigerian criminal code that deals with fraud. This is where the Nigerian prince emails originated, those legendary tales of unexpected riches and pleas for your assistance. But today, Nigerian scams have evolved far beyond those early days. Modern-day Nigerian scammers are masters of disguise, morphing into online lovers, job recruiters, even lottery officials. They're chameleons of deception, preying on our vulnerabilities with a sophisticated blend of social engineering and technological know-how. Think back. Have you ever received a WhatsApp message from a charming stranger claiming to be a US soldier stationed overseas? Or a LinkedIn connection offering a lucrative business opportunity? It's not out of the question that these were the digital fingerprints of a Nigerian scammer. These scams often follow a similar pattern. It all begins with a seemingly harmless message, a friendly greeting, or a tempting offer. Then, the scammer works to build trust, sharing personal stories, showering you with compliments, and painting a picture of a brighter future together. But once they've gained your trust, the trap is sprung. They'll weave tales of unexpected emergencies, financial setbacks, or urgent needs that require your immediate financial assistance. The requests may seem small at first, but they quickly escalate, draining your bank account and leaving you emotionally scarred. It's crucial to remember that behind these scams are real people, victims who have lost their life savings, their homes, even their dignity. They're not just faceless statistics, they're our friends, our family, our neighbors. Their stories serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of these crimes. Scammer haven number 2, India. India, a land of vibrant colors, ancient wisdom, and bustling cities. It's a place of spiritual enlightenment and technological innovation, a country that captivates the world with its rich culture. But amidst the chaos and beauty, the darker truth is a hidden network of call centers where deception thrives. At the heart of India's scam industry, a sophisticated operation fueled by a vast workforce and a mastery of social engineering. These aren't your run-of-the-mill con artists, they're skilled manipulators who exploit our trust and vulnerabilities with alarming precision. This is Microsoft calling. Your computer has been infected with a dangerous virus. Sound familiar? This is the chilling opening line of one of India's most prevalent scams, the tech support scam. These fraudsters prey on our fear of technology, using scare tactics to trick us into giving them remote access to our computers or paying for unnecessary repairs. Imagine the terror of an elderly woman who believes her computer is about to explode, or a small business owner fearing the loss of all their data. These scammers are heartless predators, exploiting our anxieties for financial gain. But tech support scams are just the tip of the iceberg. Indian scammers are experts at impersonating government officials, tax collectors, and even law enforcement. They'll use threats of arrest, fines, or deportation to coerce their victims into paying up. Their tactics are effective, preying on our fear of authority and the consequences of non-compliance. They know how to push our buttons, creating a sense of urgency and panic that clouds our judgment. It's estimated that Indian call center scams cost Americans billions of dollars each year. These are not small-time operations, they're well-organized, highly profitable enterprises with vast networks of employees and sophisticated infrastructure. Scammer haven number 3, Jamaica. Imagine pristine beaches, the rhythmic sway of palm trees, the sweet aroma of jerk chicken filling the air. Jamaica, a tropical paradise. But beneath this idyllic facade lies a darker reality, one that preys on the hopes and dreams of unsuspecting Americans. Imagine receiving a phone call, a voice on the other end brimming with excitement, congratulating you on winning a massive lottery or sweepstakes. It's a dream come true, right? But here's the catch: to claim your prize, you need to pay a small fee up front. This is the hallmark of the infamous Jamaican lottery scam. These con artists are skilled manipulators, weaving elaborate tales of good fortune and showering their victims with attention and flattery. They'll even send you fake checks or documents to make their story seem more believable. Sadly, many Americans, particularly the elderly and vulnerable, have fallen victim to these scams, losing their life savings and even their homes. The emotional toll can be devastating, leaving victims feeling ashamed, embarrassed, and betrayed. But lottery scams aren't the only threat emanating from Jamaica. Romance scams are also prevalent, with scammers posing as love interests on dating websites and social media platforms. They'll shower their victims with affection and promises of a future together, all while manipulating them into sending money for various emergencies. So, why Jamaica? Well, a combination of factors contribute to the island's reputation as a scammer haven. Economic hardship, limited job opportunities, and a cultural emphasis on quick wit and cleverness have all played a role. Scammer haven number 4, China. Venture behind the Great Wall, beyond the neon-lit cities and bustling markets, and you'll find a hidden world of counterfeit goods, elaborate financial schemes, and digital deception. Welcome to China, a nation of contradictions, where ancient traditions clash with modern-day scams. China has earned a dubious reputation as the global epicenter of counterfeit goods. From knockoff iPhones to fake designer handbags, if it can be copied, it probably has been in China. And the quality of these fakes is often so good, it's nearly impossible to tell them apart from the real thing. The all-new iPhone 15, now with even more features you'll never use. It sounds like a joke, but counterfeit electronics are a serious business in China, costing American companies billions in lost revenue each year. China is also home to sophisticated financial scams, targeting unsuspecting investors with promises of high returns and low risk. These schemes often involve fake investments, Ponzi schemes, and pump-and-dump operations. Imagine pouring your life savings into a promising new company, only to discover it never existed. Or investing in a cryptocurrency that suddenly vanishes into thin air. These phantom fortunes are the reality for many victims of Chinese investment fraud. And let's not forget the world of digital deception. Phishing emails, malware attacks, and even cyber espionage are all part of China's arsenal of online scams. Hackers and cyber criminals are constantly evolving their tactics, making it more difficult than ever to stay safe online. China's notorious internet censorship, known as the Great Firewall, not only controls information but also shields scammers from scrutiny. This digital barrier makes it harder for law enforcement to track down and prosecute cyber criminals operating within China. Behind these statistics are real people whose lives have been shattered by scams. Families who have lost their savings, businesses that have gone bankrupt, and individuals whose identities have been stolen. Scammer haven number 5, Philippines. White sand beaches, crystal clear waters, vibrant coral reefs, the Philippines, a tropical archipelago brimming with natural beauty and warm hospitality. Beneath this idyllic facade lies a hidden world of heartache and deception, where scammers prey on the vulnerable and unsuspecting. Imagine finding love online, connecting with someone who seems perfect in every way. They shower you with compliments, share their dreams and aspirations, and make you feel special. But beware, this could be the beginning of a romance scam, a manipulative ploy designed to steal your heart and your money. Scammers in the Philippines often create elaborate fake profiles on dating sites and social media platforms, posing as successful professionals, military personnel, or even widowed parents. They invest time and effort into building trust and emotional connections with their victims, all while weaving a web of lies and deceit. But romance scams aren't the only threat emanating from the Philippines. Tech support scams are also prevalent, with scammers impersonating well-known companies like Microsoft or Apple, claiming to have detected a virus on your computer. Their goal? To scare you into granting them remote access to your device or paying for unnecessary repairs. Your computer is infected with a dangerous virus. Call this number immediately to avoid losing all your data. Sounds familiar? This is the typical opening line of a tech support scam. Don't fall for their scare tactics. Legitimate companies will never contact you out of the blue with urgent warnings. The Philippines has a thriving business process outsourcing (BPO) industry, with thousands of call centers serving clients worldwide. While the majority of these centers are legitimate, some have been used as a base for scam operations, taking advantage of the country's English-speaking workforce and relatively low labor costs. The Philippine government is aware of the problem and has taken steps to crack down on scam operations, but enforcement remains a challenge. Meanwhile, organizations like the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group are working tirelessly to raise awareness and educate the public about the dangers of online scams. Scammer haven number 6, Russia. From the vast Siberian wilderness to the cosmopolitan streets of Moscow, Russia casts a long shadow in the world of cybercrime. A land of brilliant minds and technological prowess, it's also home to a sophisticated network of hackers, scammers, and digital con artists. Behind the iron curtain of the internet, Russian cybercriminals operate with a level of anonymity and sophistication that makes them formidable opponents. They're not your average street hustlers, these are tech-savvy masterminds who exploit vulnerabilities in systems and prey on unsuspecting victims across the globe. Imagine turning on your computer one morning to find all your files encrypted, held hostage by an invisible attacker. This is the terrifying reality of ransomware, a malicious software that locks your data and demands a ransom for its release. And Russia has become the epicenter of this digital extortion scheme. Venture into the depths of the dark web, a hidden corner of the internet where illegal activities thrive. Here, Russian cybercriminals operate online marketplaces selling stolen credit card data, hacked accounts, and even personal information. It's a virtual black market where anonymity reigns supreme. Your name, your social security number, your address, all of it up for grabs to the highest bidder on the dark web. Identity theft is a rampant problem facilitated by Russian cybercriminals, leaving victims to grapple with the fallout of fraudulent purchases, ruined credit scores, and a loss of control over their own lives. But Russian scams aren't confined to the digital world. Phone scams, investment fraud, and even elaborate romance scams have all been traced back to Russia. Some experts believe that the Russian government may even be complicit in these cybercrimes, turning a blind eye to the activities of their hackers in exchange for valuable intelligence or political leverage. Whether this is true or not, the fact remains that Russia has become a breeding ground for cybercrime. The impact of Russian scams is felt worldwide, with businesses, governments, and individuals all falling victim to their attacks. The financial losses are staggering, but the damage to trust and security is even more profound. Scammer haven number 7, Canada. Our friendly neighbor to the north, land of maple syrup, hockey, and politeness. It might surprise you to learn that Canada isn't immune to the dark world of scams. In fact, it's become a haven for certain types of fraudulent activities targeting unsuspecting Americans. Congratulations, you've won a lottery you never entered. It sounds absurd, but lottery scams are a thriving industry in Canada. These con artists use phone calls, emails, and even social media to lure victims with promises of massive payouts, luxury cars, or dream vacations. Why would anyone fall for such obvious scams? Well, the Canadian reputation for honesty and trustworthiness can be a powerful tool for deception. Scammers often exploit this image to gain the trust of their victims, making their fraudulent offers seem more legitimate. Lottery scams aren't the only threat emanating from the Great White North. Imposter scams are also on the rise, with fraudsters impersonating government officials, law enforcement officers, or even family members in distress. Their goal is to scare you into sending money or personal information. This is the Canada Revenue Agency. You owe back taxes and a warrant has been issued for your arrest. Pay immediately or face legal consequences. Sounds terrifying, right? But it's a common imposter scam. Remember, government agencies will never demand immediate payment over the phone or threaten you with arrest. So, why Canada? It's not just the friendly accent. The country's proximity to the US, shared language, and cultural similarities make it easier for scammers to connect with and manipulate their victims. Plus, Canada's relatively lax laws regarding telemarketing and online fraud have made it a haven for some unscrupulous operators. The Canadian government is taking steps to address the problem, but enforcement remains a challenge. The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, CAFC, works tirelessly to track and investigate scams, but it's a constant battle. The best defense against scams is knowledge and awareness. Be skeptical of unsolicited offers, never give out personal information to strangers, and always verify the legitimacy of any organization that contacts you. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.